Good morning, day 149, cooking down the freezer, refrigerator, and pantry food. Another beautiful day here. It's going to be 80 degrees and sunny. One more day of that, and then it's supposed to rain on the weekend, thunderstorms. So I have to get going with this garden. I just have to do it, even if I have to drag my way through it. Hey, that was a poem. I know. Don't quit my day job. Well, anyway, yesterday was not a good garden day. So that last block on my walk that I added was really a long one, and I didn't realize it was that long. So that kind of was a mistake, and I won't do that again today. As a matter of fact, I have a new strategy. As long as I'm doing this much heavy gardening, I'm going to cut back to just a couple blocks on my walk. I don't want to give it up totally, but with the gardening, it's just too much. So until I build up more strength and stamina, I'm going to cut back, at least while I'm gardening. So anyway, that's the plan, and I really don't like to take medication. So the only thing that I take when I have a flare-up of my fibro and osteoarthritis is naproxen, and that seems to work, but I really don't like to do that. But I think I'm going to have to, at least for a couple days until I feel better, because with gardening, timing is of the essence. And here, where the weather is so crazy lately, that's of the essence too. So I'm going to save the heavy stuff, moving pots and things around, which I have to do because that's part of the plan, but I'm going to save that until after I get my things in the ground. Now some of it I'm going to have to move, but I've been trying to do that as I go along and just plant things, but that's not working so well. So I have to make that adjustment, and hopefully within the next couple days get most of my little starts planted. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, that's the plan. I don't plan on giving up walking, but I am going to cut back to a couple blocks. Is there ever a video I make where a certain somebody isn't screaming? More people taking their garbage out. Today is garbage collection day. So anyway, that's the plan, and keeping my fingers crossed that that works out a little better. So anyway, I'll take you out into the garden in a little bit and show you what I did get done yesterday. And then I will carry on, and then we'll see what's for breakfast. Day 149. Breakfast, day 148. So I haven't gone for my walk yet, but I want to get things ready for a meal or two later. So I think for breakfast this morning, I still have a couple of avocados that are getting kind of soft, so that needs to be eaten. I still have some apples and oranges. I still have some carrots. And I still have my rutabaga, but that doesn't seem to be doing much of anything. So that can stay there. So for breakfast, I'm going to have the avocado. And I'm going to have probably some toast with it. But for dinner, I'm going to put together dinner And I have this other piece of pizza. Now this pizza, I don't remember where I got it, but it's pretty bland and pretty dry, and I'm going to make a strata out of this for dinner. So I'll need a couple of eggs, and I'll also need some soy milk that I have to use up. And let's see. I might have this apple too. I still have a couple of bananas. But I think back there is some spinach dip that I want to use up, if it's still good. I don't know if it's still good. I'll stick that in the strata too. So anyway, that's my plan for breakfast and dinner. And I want to get the casserole ready because it needs to sit for a little bit anyway and soak up all the milk and egg. All right, so I will meet you back at the stove. Okay, I don't know what's happening here, why my camera is so dark. Usually the lighting feature will come up, but it's not. Well, I'll do the best I can. All right, well, I don't have time to fool with the camera right now. So the first thing I'm doing this morning, before I go for my walk, is sharpening my knife. And I need to do something with my seitan because I'm not going to be eating it within the next few days. So I'm going to slice it up and freeze it for future sandwiches. And I'll put maybe 4 slices in each packet. And I really should have cut this up with my meat slicer, but I didn't feel like getting it out and then cleaning it up. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to make my strata. Okay, well, I have this creamy spinach dip. It's not moldy or anything. It smells fine. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. Not too much, because it's only a small piece of pizza. So maybe a tablespoon, and this is basically just for flavor. And then I'm going to do my eggs. And I'm going to make 2 eggs, and hopefully this won't make more leftovers. So I don't know, this might be 2 meals. 2 meals is okay, I can deal with that. So, okay, it would be nice if you could see what I'm doing here. Bring you a little closer. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to add some milk too. Boy, this sure doesn't look very appetizing, but I'm sure it's fine. I need a little whisk. So I want to get this done before I go out for my walk and in the garden, because I know tonight I'm just going to be very tired again. So I've been trying to keep up with my house somewhat too, because normally when I have a big project that I'm doing, the rest of the house just kind of goes to hell in a handbasket. So I'm trying to, you know, sweep the floor and do a little laundry and things like that while I'm doing this, the gardening too. Okay, I wonder how that would be with scrambled eggs. That might be good. Alright, so I'm going to add a little milk, and this is West soy milk. It's shelf-stable milk, and I really need to start using this up, so I don't want to put too much in, because I'm going to bake this later. So I think that'll be okay. And I'm thinking I might want to put some of that, chop up some of that burger too from the other day. I'll be right back. So I have the leftover from Chi-Chi's the other day. The burger I didn't really care for. It was a little too spicy for me. But I think if I put a little bit of this in there, it'll be alright. So I just want to add some crumbles in here, because this burger isn't a real firm burger either. It's a little bit soft. So I might use the rest of it in a fajita, but I don't know. We'll see, because I don't like to waste food. And maybe I'll do a couple of little pepper strips, because that's always good with egg. And I really want to use this up. Okay. Alright, and now I'm going to put the pizza in. And like I said, this pizza was very bland and very dry. I think I got it at Aldi's, but I'm not sure. But, you know, it's very bready, and normally I like a bready pizza, but it's dry and bready, so that does nothing for me. It doesn't have much sauce on it, so I'm just going to cut it up in cubes and make it into a strata. You can do a lot of things making stratas and frittatas and those sorts of things. You can use up a lot of leftovers that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut this up, and then I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator and let it soak until it's time to bake it. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of garlic salt, since the pizza was so bland, and onion powder, and garlic powder. Now I have a lot of, I also added a little more milk to this, just so that everything can be covered. And I've got a lot of green onion here, so I'm going to add some of that as well. And then I'm just going to put it in the refrigerator and let it sit until dinner time. And then I'll just pop it in the oven. And I would imagine it's probably going to take 45 minutes. I'm guessing 45 minutes at 450. But we'll see. I never can judge ahead of time how long it's going to take something to bake. But you want to make sure that, you know, your egg is firm and that it's not mushy in the middle. Alright, so this bread is already starting to suck up this liquid, and that's exactly what I want it to do. So make sure everything is covered, going to put a little foil on the top of this. And there you go, pizza strata. Now I'll probably put some cheese on top of this before I bake it. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little cheese in it too. So I have this Mexican cheese. I think I got it at Aldi's Happy Farms. Yes, by Aldi's. So I'm going to put a little in here, and then I'm also, oh hello, you're back again. Alright, I'm going to put a little bit in the casserole, and then I'm going to probably top it before I bake it. But we'll see, because in Ellen's kitchen we cook by the seat of our pants, right? How many of you cook by the seat of your pants? Leave me a comment below and let me know if you're a seat of the pants cooker or if you're a recipe follower. Both is good, as long as you cook. But I've been cooking for so many years, and I learned to cook just watching my mom cook. My mom is a really good cook, and she always made awesome food, and I just would watch her. That's what we would do. We'd hang out in the kitchen, and when I was really little, she'd sit me on top of the counter, and I would just watch her. And most of the things I've learned in my life, as far as domestic things, I learned from my mother by just watching. Now, she did work. She worked full-time. Not the whole time I was growing up, but a good part of it. And I remember when they only had one car, because this was back in the 50s, when they only had one car, my dad had to go pick her up, and she must have worked afternoon shift. And he would put me in the back seat of the car, and we'd go pick up my mom, and I would sleep on the way. But yeah, boy, that seems like a long, long time ago, because it was. Not in the time frame of the universe, but in the time frame of human life. So anyway, I ramble here. Here's what it looks like, and then I'll probably top it with a little bit more cheese. So I'm going to let that sit, and then while I'm at it, I'm going to make a salad, because I know that by the time I'm done with all my things, I won't want to do that. And I do need to eat up my produce. So I'll be back after I stick this in the fridge. Alright, so for my salad, I have 3 carrots left, and they're starting to look really sad. So I'm going to have a carrot. My celery is going to be getting pretty floppy by now. It's still good, but see, it's starting to get some bad spots, so that needs to be eaten. Alright, so I'm going to have a stalk of celery. And then if this gets to the point where it's not good just to eat anymore, I mean, not that it's spoiled, I'll just freeze it, chop it up and freeze it for my soup. So okay, there's the celery, so this stuff really needs to be eaten up. So I'm going to do that. And I might make a broth or something, I'm not sure. Now these are my little mini peppers. They're still pretty good. There's one here that's starting to get a little soft. I'll eat that one. The other 2, this one needs to be eaten. These 2 are still okay. Alright. And last but not least, let's take a look at our lettuce. And that's still perfectly fine. Now this lettuce is about at least 3 weeks old. So I'm going to cut up half of this and give my puppies a treat too. So this is the produce I'm going to put in my salad, and I'll be back once I get it all prepared. Okay, I shredded up some carrot. I just used the potato peeler, some green onion, the 2 peppers, and the celery. And I'm just going to put that in a baggie, and there's enough salad here for 2 salads. So I'll just divide this in half, mix it all together and divide it in half. And I'll eat that today and probably tomorrow. And then I'm going to add my pickled egg to it. So that should be tasty, because that also needs to be eaten. Okay, well, that is it for the prep. And now I'm going to go get dressed, go for a short walk today, and come back and have my avocado. So I'll be back. Okay, walking, day 5. Hopefully today will go a little better with the walking and the gardening, so I'm not going to walk quite as far. So this is one of the baskets I planted yesterday. I added petunias and the wandering jenny and some snapdragons that Tom gave me. So I still have to do the other basket when I get back. And then I also trimmed the bushes so they look a little bit more equal. This one was dying, and last year it started to recover. So it's getting a little fuller, and this one is pretty full, and I had to trim that one back. So I did that yesterday. And this is the basket that I still have to do. All right, I'm going to go on my walk. I think I'm only going to again do 2.5 blocks today and see if that makes the gardening any better. Of walking, and I want to document, I'd love to lose 10 pounds because I need it on my small 5-foot frame. 133 pounds is what I'm weighing in at the beginning of this, and that's too much for me. So I'd like to lose 10 or 12 pounds, and I want to see how long it takes and if I can do that. Now I'm not changing my diet much. I'm still cooking down the freezer, pantry, and refrigerator. So I'm not buying any special diet foods or anything like that. I don't want to do keto, and that just has too much meat and things like that on it. So there is a vegan keto diet, but I'm going to see if just the walking will do it, the walking and the gardening. So anyway, I'm only doing 2.5 blocks again today, and I'll continue to do that until I feel a little stronger. So, all right, I will see you when I get back for some breakfast. Time for breakfast, day 148. So I have some soy milk here with some of my chocolate creamer. Now, I've frothed soy milk before, but I haven't tried it with chocolate creamer. So I don't know if this will froth or not. I got this little handy-dandy thing on Amazon, and it really was not even expensive. I don't remember what I paid. But it's a Sikatoot, and it also comes with like a wire whisk attachment, which I don't use very often. Okay, I'm going to try and froth this with the chocolate creamer in it and see how it works. because I know soy milk froths beautifully. Oh, it's working. It's working. I think just soy milk alone would work better, but you know me and my chocolate creamer. Alright. That looks good. That looks very good. Alright, and it goes, and I'm using the beautiful cup from my daughter for Mother's Day. Ooh. The little things in life that make you happy, right? Ooh, that's yummy. It doesn't hold up as well as just the soy milk. That holds up way better. But it was fun. So let's see. I was going to put some cocoa in here, but it's already gone. So let's give this a taste. Yummy. Cheers. So this is my second cup of coffee. And I'm going to just have some avocado toast and a banana. So in here I have lemon pepper, garlic powder, and onion powder just to taste. And I'm going to add some extra pepper. And that is just going to be my topping for my avocado toast. Now I like my my guacamole a little bit chunky. Not real chunky, but a little bit. I love avocado toast. It's one of my favorite breakfasts, that along with the eggs and noodles. So another thing I'm going to add is this everything bagel mix. And I'm just going to put it right in here instead of on top. I know some people just put it on top, but some of it just falls off then, so I just want to add it. And this is a whole, like, mini avocado. Doesn't that look good? Alright, divide that in half. And I like a lot of avocado on my toast. So this is almost the end of the Walmart bread. I still have some rye bread, not a whole lot. And then I'll see if I feel like going back to Walmart, getting another loaf, or if I'm just going to bake a loaf of bread. I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, here we go. Delicious avocado toast and a latte. I think next time I'll just put the creamer in the coffee and then add the soy milk on top. But I wanted to see if this works. And it did froth, but it didn't last. Alright. So there we have it. Avocado toast, a banana, and a delicious latte. And then I'm going to go out and work in my garden. Alright, I'll take you with me and show you what's going on out there in a little bit. Hey, I'm trying out my fan. Look at me. Oh, oh wow. Anyway, I'm trying out my fan. It went up to 86 today. Way out of my Goldilocks zone. And then I had to go get a couple of new spray nozzles for my hoses. So I didn't get much planted because I have to wet all the pots first and get everything set up. So I'm trying to set up the water system to make sense. So anyway, tomorrow is another day. I did finish planting the front basket. So now it's dinner time, and here's the salad I made earlier. Isn't that pretty? Look at the colors. And I'm going to fish out my egg, if I can find it. I know it's in here. Here it is. So I'm going to have that, and I'm going to also have a few of these onions. Yummy. All right, there is my salad. And then my strata, I think it turned out pretty well. You know, for a piece of leftover pizza that I didn't like so much. So let's see how this is going to taste. And I ended up, I covered this with foil, and I baked it at 350 for 45 minutes. Then I uncovered it, and I just put some cheese on top and left it in the oven. I turned the oven off, and I just left it in the oven for a few minutes till the cheese melted. So that looks pretty darn good to me. Looks better than the pizza did. So there it is. So all right, there is dinner, day 148, and I'm hungry. Put some dressing on here, and I'll be back in a little bit. This before I go. That's really good. Okay. This thing is nice. I don't have the air conditioning on. So, yeah, this really improved the pizza. So if you have some bread products that are not pleasing your palate, try making it into a strata. You can also make it into a sweet type of strata. You could put cinnamon sugar, raisins, dried fruit. All those things can go in, but this is really good. And I have enough for another meal. All right, I'll be back and we'll go outside. Sprinkler that I'm setting up, I got that at Mark's, and it's on a stand that you can higher and lower. So I'm hoping that'll get my garden watered. Still nothing in there, but I did manage to wet everything so that tomorrow I can finally plant some things. And here are my beautiful flowers. They like the lemon balm, and I think it's good for them. And over here I'm setting up some other water systems. And this was the hose that was giving me all the problems, spraying all over me. So not much different out here. These are the flowers I still have to plant, and those will be going in different various places. And then yesterday I did plant these, and you can't see them real well because they're the begonias with the dark leaves, but they're pink and white begonias in there. My clematis is coming back and a few lilies. So I did get that done yesterday, and that's fenced off so the dogs don't get in there. So, and then you saw my herb garden. That hasn't changed much. And I have all of this Wandering Jenny coming up. And then over here, I did plant some more flowers. Again, the begonias with the dark leaves, so it's hard to see. But they're pink and white begonias. So, that's all I got done. And my magnolia is still hanging in there, even though the frost tried to kill it. So, and I'm so happy I have this woods behind my house. It's a barrier between the street that runs that way. So I was very fortunate when I bought this house. We were the first ones on this street pretty much, so we got our pick of the lots. So anyway, very slow progress, but it's getting there. Here's another view of my to-be vegetable garden. I have a lot of ivy in there. On the other side of this, I have some grapevines, but I have some new fencing that I want to put up along there. So that's it. Gardening 2022, and today is May 12th. All right, well, I made it to my chair. Thank goodness. I am really tired. There we go, that's better. I don't know, this is proving to be more difficult, and it gets more difficult every year, but that is the main reason why I need to make things simpler. But like I said, sometimes you have to make things more complicated before they get simpler, and that's the process I'm going through right now. So, whoa, I'm going to make you guys seasick. Anyway, I'm mighty happy to be in my chair with my feet up. And tomorrow I should be able to just do some planting. Today I was fooling around with the water and how to set it up, because there's times where I'm gone overnight and my plants need to be watered. So that's part of what I'm trying to set up here, just to make things easier. Or if down the road I want to go on a vacation, then I need my garden watered. So that's what I'm working on, and then hopefully tomorrow I can just dampen my pots and actually plant more things. So it's the bending over. Even if I'm sitting, it's the bending over that gets my back going crazy. So I don't know if any of you guys have that same problem, but if you have a solution to it, I'd appreciate it. Leave me a comment below and let me know what you do. All right, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Get some rest. God bless you. And I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.